What's up, YouTube? This is Biblical Truther. It's been a few days since I made a video. I told you guys I usually don't make a video unless I feel inspired to do so. And yesterday I was sitting in my truck eating lunch, and I was thinking, I really didn't have anything on my heart at the time to make a video about. And I just happened to look over at a garbage truck passing, and it had the number 340, like real bold letters or numbers on the side of it, and I just felt like I needed to look that up in the Strong's, so I did. And in the Hebrew, the word for 340, I don't have the actual word itself, but it means to be hostile. In the Greek, it means to renew or make new. And down at the bottom of the explanation of the word, it says, see also 342, which means change of heart or change your life. And I believe that's where we're at. I think the Lord is basically getting ready to draw the line, where he's going to stop allowing people to make that choice, and he's just going to bring judgment. And wherever people's at the time, that's where they're at. There's many people out there saying that time's almost up, and I 100% believe that. But to get to the title of this video, Squirrel, it's a kind of a comical thing, but it just basically means distraction. Look here, look there, Yesterday I felt like I needed to get some more information on this before I even started the video, so I didn't make it yesterday on my way home. Last night I was watching the X-22 report video because I like to see what the new deception of the Q train and the Trump deception is for the day or the week, or what they're trying to push. And it was just funny because they were talking about the Democrats and how they were threatening the people of the United States with riots and more more violent protests and whatnot if we don't vote Democrat in this election. Just another push of the left-right bull crap that they've got us all trapped in this democracy that has never stood in any nation in history. Democracy does not stand very long, maybe a couple hundred years, and it pretty much falls apart, which is where we're at here in America. But they're steady pushing these different things, the whole race thing. A guy that I work with got a text message yesterday saying that the I can't remember the name of the group. It's the new Black Panther Party, the 100 or 200 black guys with the guns that just show up in different places. He got a text message saying that they're going to be arriving in Lafayette, Louisiana here soon. And so they're pushing the race war. They're pushing this whole left-right thing, like Trump's, going to save this country. And we that are awake know that is not the case. The whole while they're pointing at all these different things, trying to get us distracted, they're pushing things like Banking for Everyone Act. And Dabu 7 has covered it. High Impact TV has covered it. A couple other people has covered it as well. And it's basically about pushing the digital dollar. And they want us to be, we know they want us to be subservient to them, but they are really pushing this digital dollar so they can very, very invasive tracking of everything that we do, every purchase we make, every bill that we pay. And it's crazy if you read into this bill. I forget what senator put it forward, but he talks about in this bill that you're only given so much money, and after so long you either spend it or you lose it. So there's no way that you're going to save any money, to be more financially stable. And any bill that you have, you will no longer be able to just up and pay it, or even put it off for a week, to buy groceries or whatever you need to do, pay a light bill that might have been a little higher this month than last month. They're going to take it straight out of your account and pay these bills for you. And if you don't have any money for food, then I guess you starve for the week. So it's things like this that they're pushing through Congress, while everybody's fighting over Republican, Democrat, black and white, and all these other distractions that they constantly push in the media. And it's so crazy when I talk to people at work. I was talking to some electricians today, and they're like, man, you might have to go see a psychiatrist after talking to you. You know what I'm saying? That, like, they had no idea the things that are going on in this world. I was telling them about the bills they tried passing in California, trying to lower the age of consent to like 10 years old. And now they're putting forth a bill that's trying to absolve, I guess, pedophiles from becoming sex offenders if they're within 10 years of age of their victim, I believe, is what they're trying to push through now. And they're just looking at me like I'm crazy, and they're like, oh man, you're just like, I'm like, yeah, maybe, but this stuff is coming. And I was telling him, he was like, man, I thought you'd be a Trump supporter. I said I was at one time, until I realized he had that knife behind my back just jugging me, just like he's jugging everybody else out there that are still on the Trump train. And another distraction that I noticed that they did, and I didn't make a video about it, but the whole bringing QAnon to the mainstream, talking about it on the mainstream news, and basically creating a bigger Q following. And that's weird. If Q is fighting against the deep state, why would the deep state give them credence like that? To push more people to them. So they hear this on mainstream, and they look into the whole Q thing, and they realize, man, this is a great thing. Trump and these guys, the patriots, are taking down child trafficking and arresting pedophiles and blah blah, all the garbage that they're talking about. Just another squirrel. And then Trump the other day, in an interview, was talking about Biden being a puppet, basically, and that there were dark forces that pull the strings in the Democratic Party, and he's just basically a figurehead who does what these dark forces tell him. But if you remember about the coin, the temple coin over in God's country, let's just call it that, since the censorship is getting so bad. But they had Trump and Osiris on the coin, and it talked about, I think this particular coin had Netanyahu and Trump on it, where he said around the edge of the coin, it said the sons of light against the sons of darkness, basically war between the two. And I just want to put this out there, man. This is a worldwide conspiracy. They shut the world down for a fake virus, and I just don't think these people are that stupid, the Democrats I'm talking about, to put themselves out there to be just such communists, basically, and it not be on purpose. They're pushing people towards the Republican Party. And I was watching a video yesterday, or listening to one where they were talking about, we haven't seen any polls really on the mainstream talking about Biden being, so far ahead like they were doing with Hillary. And reason being is that the polls aren't showing that Biden's ahead. The polls are showing quite the opposite, that Trump is overwhelmingly going to win this election, because all these clueless people who still believe in the democracy of America, not the republic, are so deceived and still think that their vote counts. This is going to be Trump's last 4 years in office, and the moves that he's made this year for that God's country state, UN developed state, Rothschild funded state, I think these next 4 years it's going to be extremely bad. That's when that's, the snake poem that he talked about. You knew I was a snake before you took me in. I think that's where we're going to see this snake emerge, is in these next 4 years. It's going to be extremely bad for us, the Goyim, as the Ashkenazi Jews call us. But it's crazy, man. I just want y'all to, I guess, try and talk to people, try and open their eyes, stop with the distractions. And, there's so much they're throwing at us at one time. And the more people I talk to, the more I realize there's only, when they say there's only a few in the truth community that are truly awake to what's really happening and the plan that's unfolding here. I mean, the UN's not hiding the New World Order that they're trying to implement. But this will be a perfect thing, speaking about the elections, if the Democrats were, quote unquote, funding these riots and protests, peaceful protests, that would be a perfect reason for the whole martial law situation. They're going to get it one way or the other, and they're just going to continue to push and push. And I think the fluoridated water has sedated America so much that they just didn't realize it was going to be this bad for people to just sit by and let them do the things that they're doing. So they're just having to constantly hit us with stuff, trying to get that revolt, trying to get this race war, trying to get the people to uprise so they can bring in the military. And X-22 last night was talking about, he didn't really say martial law, but he was talking about how Trump's been offering all these Democratic governors and mayors, offering them help. All they got to do is ask, and I'm ready. The military's ready. I'm ready to send them in, to help, help the American people. Well, we've seen how they helped the American people. I forget what state it was, but everybody on YouTube's seen it when the girl was on her front porch and the National Guard or whoever they were, Army, whatever, come jogging down the street, and the captain or whatever, sergeant that was with them was screaming, get in your house, get in your house. And then he told his guys to light him up. And they turned and started shooting at this girl and whoever was with her on her own front porch while she was videoing them coming down the street. So that's what you got to look forward to if Trump does send the military into any of these cities. It's going to be bad, man. And how could these Q supporters just sit back and think that they're not going to treat them that sort of way? You know what I'm saying? These people were just sitting on their porch minding their own business, just videoing what was going on, and got shot at. It doesn't matter if it was rubber bullets or whatever they were shooting. It doesn't matter. They were shooting at them. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that these guys, these used to be patriots, are sitting on their hands now because they're trusting the plan. But when the plan starts really unfolding, they're going to be just like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to pick out, oh, you're a Q follower? Oh, well, that's great. Well, then you just stand over here and let us just shoot rubber bullets at these other guys. No, you freaking idiots. They're going to be shooting at you too. You know what I'm saying? While you're sitting on your hands and allowing all these things to take place, they're going to be shooting at you just like everybody else. There's going to be no distinction between a QAnon supporter, a Donald Trump supporter, and someone who's independent, someone who don't follow either party, somebody who's not in the left-right paradigm. I just don't get it, man. I don't see how y'all just sit back and trust this plan. I mean, this is diabolical at its roots, and Trump is the front runner of it, and y'all are just blindly following. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the tortoise with the little carrot stick. You know what I'm saying? Just just walking along, brother, just leading you along and leading you along until you get to that point where the military that you thought was going to come in and help squash the Democrats and all these rioters, when they start shooting at you just like they're shooting at the rioters. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. How do you even think that that's not going to happen to you? It just blows my mind. But I just wanted to put this out there. It was on my heart to just, man, we got to start waking people up some kind of way. It's not going to be good for any one group or the other. It's going to be a whole smash down of all of us. When this military rolls out, when Trump gives that order, it's over with, man. It's over with. So don't think you're going to sit in your house and keep all your goods and your firearms and all your preps and all your freeze-dried 25-year shelf life food. They coming for all that, bruh. They're coming for everything. They're coming for total dictatorship, total rule of the people. And y'all just sitting there and letting it happen, you know what I'm saying? Not speaking out about it, just wanting to talk about how good Trump is doing and how good QAnon is doing, and they're, you know, arresting this person and that person, and I haven't seen no big names still. So, just saying, too many squirrels, man, too many squirrels. So, I pray all you guys are just like that, you know, the number of the word in the Strong's Concordance I seen yesterday, man, in the Greek, to renew, to make new, you know, to change your heart, change your life, change from this following an idol of Donald Trump. You know, that's exactly what they're doing. They're causing you to idolize this man, and that is a, you know, direct, I guess, an abomination to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's idolatry. You know, yes, God can use whoever he wants, but he's not using this man to do these things and pass these laws and, you know, behind the shadows pushing the stuff like Banking for Everyone Act. You know what I'm saying? If that goes through, if the people just sit back and be distracted with their sports coming back, and sit back and be distracted with the whole Democrat versus Republican, or the Black Lives Matter versus the whatever, it's just going to be bad for all of us, man. There is going to be no distinction. So I pray you all are seeking Jesus. I pray we can wake some people up before, you know, the line's drawn and there is no more chance, and judgment is here. You know, judgment is at the door right now, and we still got a chance to save people. And by the grace of God, I've actually opened the eyes of several people that were around me, and I pray that not just me, but everyone that watches this video can continue to try and open some eyes, man. Christ is the only way. He is going to be the only Savior in this situation. And I do believe that we are going to see some supernatural protection when all this stuff breaks out. But you better pick a side. What's the old saying? Think long, think wrong. Because it's not that hard of a decision. Like that guy at the hospital, when I was working at the hospital when all this first started, the empty hospital, when he told that other guy at the kitchen, Christ or rice? What's it gonna be? And the man said, rice all day. I tell people that and they don't even understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to choose Christ or are you going to eat? That's basically what the man said. And he was one of the administrators of the hospital. Christ or rice. Blew my mind when I heard him say that. But that's what it's going to come to, man. You're either going to stand for Jesus, or you're going to stand shackled for Donald Trump. Love you guys, man. Let's wake them up. Wake them up.